Hello, people. Here's Jill. I found this interesting video about a yogi that has breathing techniques, and I think it's a good video for you guys, for us to study English. So let's watch this video, okay? And we'll talk about some words that they use in the video, so we can learn more. Let's go. I'll I'll press play. Let's watch it. It didn't work. Let's try it again.
Well, it's everybody wants to be Swami
Yes.
Rama, but nobody wants to do what Swami Rama did, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of the guy, Swami Rama. The exercise for today is very simple. It's a very good way to learn a language. Watch podcasts. Something very important is that you have to watch a podcast that you really like. So by doing that, you will learn faster. Okay. Let's watch.
Who wants to sit in a cave? Well, some people do. Sit in a cave for 30 years, right?
Yeah.
He would go away for years at a time in a
Oh,
dark cave
I think that's
and
the
just sit
guy.
there and breathe.
Wow.
So I just, in the modern age, I just don't know.
Freak that guy must have been. God, I would love to have talked.
Did you hear that? Ouviu isso? Did you hear that? He said God, but it sounded like cara in Portuguese. I don't know. Maybe some students or some people that are learning English right now, it can be very confusing for them because he speaks so fast that it sounds like cara, but it's God. Huh?
Talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll play it again. Yeah.
No.
Freak that guy must have been. God, I would love to have talked to him.
I'd love to talk to him. But it sounds, for me, sometimes it sounds like Kara, but it's God. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
he had it all down.
Because there are people that can do that. You know, they're like the Unabomber of breathing. You know, they just moved.
I like this word, breathing. Yeah. You have to put your tongue between your teeth and blow an S, like breathing. But these words, the end sounds like the breathing. It's a D with the S between your teeth. Breathing.
to the woods and but without the negativity.
But what was cool about him is he wasn't the only one who could do this. So there were researchers in the 20s and in the 40s who went out with a bunch of equipment, whatever equipment they could cobble together.
One thing I like this kind of videos with subtitles, this kind of subtitles, because some automatic subtitles sometimes they are not correct, you know. And I think the guy that uploaded this video put the subtitle for sure. He put a subtitle, and I watched it. It's totally correct. So it's better when you are watching a video and somebody puts subtitles in the video. It's better. Try to watch videos like this, like with subtitles. It helps a lot.
And tested other yogis who were able to do this exact same thing, right? So Swami was part of this long lineage of people who had this knowledge. Is it still there? It could be, but again, I don't think it's online. I think you really have to get out in the weeds and earn these people's trust.
It's a very good expression that he used, get out in the weeds. When you say it in the weeds, it's something like very difficult to do. Like this week, I mean, I'm in the weeds because of my thesis. You're writing a thesis or something like that. He said you have to get out in the weeds. No? You have to go there and face the problem, to have to gain, to get the trust of these yogis. Try to write down, escrever, write down some words, some expressions, because it will increase and improve your vocabulary
in order to get that story.
And what is the history of these people doing this? Like, what was their initial motivation? I mean, is there a written history of this?
The earliest evidence that we have for breathing practices dates back about 4,000 or 5,000 years from these little statuettes in the Indus Valley, which is in northern India. So there was this huge thriving civilization. They had paved roads, they had running water.
Thriving civilization. Thriving is a synonym for prosperous. So thriving civilization, prosperous civilization. It's a very good vocabulary to use.
They were dealing with tin and copper, they had in this whole civilization, they still have not found any political or governmental buildings. They haven't found any religious iconography. So these people, in some ways, could have been more advanced than we are now.
An advice for you: write down the words you don't know, and you know, if you don't know the words, pause the video and write down the word and try to memorize, because the secret to learn a language is to memorize the words, to learn the words by heart. Try to do that by heart, de cor, by heart.
And they had all of these figures of these people in these yoga poses with their stomachs out. So that's how they date the earliest archaeological evidence of that. And since then all of these practices were moved into the Rig Veda and all of the earliest yoga texts, and they were codified in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. That's where a lot of the yoga methods come from. And that's about
this word sutra is I think it's Hindu, but what it's Hinduish word. It means practice. Sutra means practice. So the practice that he used to do these breathing exercises.
2,000 years old.
So the methods predate all of that.
Predate.
Oh, I'm sure they predate probably.
It's a very good word, predate. No, before that, before the happening.
Anything that has been in writing.
That's what's so curious to me. What makes me so curious? If you really think
what made me so curious
about what life must have been like back then, when they were creating this, you would think that people.
If you're not, as I said, if you're not understanding some expression, just write down, because he said how life could be like back then. Be like, parecer como in Portuguese. Be like.
For hunting and gathering, and it was probably a very hard life.
Well, not in that civilization.
Right, but they got to a point where they had some sort of agriculture or some structures and buildings. But how did they get to the point? Because the rest of the world obviously didn't do this. This is not like common practice in Germany or in Italy or in all these other civilizations. Like, what made these people focus on breath work so much?
Well, it could have been, but we just haven't found anything related to that yet. Right.
Could have been, could have. It's the contraction for could have been. Poderia ter sido in Portuguese. Could have been.
Right. So if you think about hunter-gatherers, we're imagining them as, man, they're just working all day, they're hunting all day, they're gathering. They weren't. From what I know and from what I've seen of the science there, probably 3 or 4 hours of work, and then you have no other distractions to spend time and build these systems of breathing and health, which is what started in ancient China, which is what started in India, which is what started in ancient Greece. Think about all the distractions we're dealing with today. Constant interruptions. If you've
sorry, I think the language or in the sutra is Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, that's the language I was trying to remember. Sutra, that word is in Sanskrit. I think it's a language, but not pronounced, just written. It's a written language. Just you don't. I think people don't know how to pronounce the words properly.
Already done your work for the day.
A forgotten language.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You're going to get more interested, and you're going to have the time to do some empirical studies to see what works and what doesn't.
It just seems to me that like learning something like that, learning something like prolonged breath work and the benefits of it. I mean, it seems like this is a really long-term practice that doesn't show you immediate benefits.
Yes and no. I think that you can take someone who has a serious problem, maybe someone who's already very fit. It's going to take a while to really see those big benefits. We see that with athletes with nasal breathing. It takes them weeks or sometimes months to really see gains in performance. But if you've got someone with a chronic condition like asthma, or
I have to work on my breathing. I think I don't breathe properly.
anxiety, who are struggling to breathe every single day, and you teach them some basic breathing, some normal breathing patterns, their lives can be absolutely transformed. We've seen this in study after study. So these people, their breathing has become so disrupted. They're breathing in such an unhealthy way that they don't know what proper breathing is. Just shifting that has a tremendous impact. So for people like that, they can see the benefits in a couple of hours, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, that was the video. For me, it's a very, very interesting video. I hope you guys like it, and try to write down the words you don't know, words, expressions. As I always say, don't write just one word. Try to write down the whole sentence, because it's easier to memorize. If you just write down one word, it will be harder. You will forget this word very fast. But if you write the whole sentence, it will be much better. Okay? Let's do it. Write down some words and watch the video again. Let's see. And see you next time.